Hi, having a great day. You're watching JG Entertainment, and for this video, I'm gonna go over the King Kong Disney Plus series that just got announced. So yeah, let's get over it. So the King Kong series was just announced, revealed by Deadline, so they broke out the story just this night. While the night I'm recording this video, you're probably gonna see this in the morning. But yeah, they just broke out the story, and it will be a Disney Plus show, which is super unexpected. Nobody expected a show from Disney Plus to be a King Kong series, or for King Kong series to be on Disney Plus. It's very interesting. Like, whoa, that's super random, and it's going to be live action, which is super interesting as well. It's not going to be an animated series like one of those Netflix ones that Netflix always makes a bunch of animated series of the Monsterverse and anything. No, this one's going to be live action, which is super awesome. And because Disney Plus, you know that they're going to put a bunch of money into it as well. So yeah, I'm very hyped up to see that. And it was going to be about the origin of King Kong. That's what the plot's going to be about, and it's specifically pitched as a drama series about the origins of King Kong and the mysteries of Skull Island, his home, which is super interesting. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a pretty interesting pitch. I'm like, yeah, I'm not for that pitch. Okay, let's move on from the pitch. And now, who's gonna write the show? Well, Stephanie Folsom will write the show, who recently wrote The Paper Girls for Amazon. So if you've seen that show on Amazon Prime, then maybe you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then you won't know. I don't personally know. But a name you will know is going to be James Wan, who is the director for Aquaman, and he's going to be an executive producer for the show. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm like, that's awesome. So he's going to be an executive producer. So we have a really huge name attached to this show. So that's really interesting. Now, some of you might be wondering, why is this show on Disney Plus? Well, contrary to the belief that Warner Brothers actually owns the Monsterverse and everything and the rights, it's actually Legendary who owns these rights. Just like they also own Dune. Warner Bros. Does not own Dune or the Monsterverse, which includes Godzilla, King Kong. Warner Bros. Does not own any of those rights. They only distributed those movies. So the Godzilla vs. Kong, the King Kong Skull Island movie, it was also distributed by Warner Brothers, but it was actually made by Legendary, and they're the ones that actually have the rights to it. That was actually owned it. Just like Dune, which just came out last year, is actually owned by Legendary. Now Warner Brothers is the exact same case. So yeah, that's really interesting. So Legendary really gets to choose where their properties go. So that's why they kind of threatened Warner Brothers last year with Dune being switched to a different company after after they didn't want to switch it off HBO Max. So yeah, that's really interesting. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Legendary actually gets to choose where they release these properties. It is not exclusive to Warner Brothers, so that's why it's not releasing on what you would basically imagine it would be HBO Max, which is super interesting. In fact, earlier this year, like in January, Legendary confirmed a Godzilla live action series going to Apple TV, starring Wyatt Russell, which in case you don't recognize him, he's John Walker from Falcon and Shoulder, so yeah, so interesting, and Kurt Russell, his dad, which is Ego of the Living Planet from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, if you're an MCU fan, there you go. So yeah, he confirmed that the Godzilla series was going to go with Apple TV with those two actors earlier this year. So that's interesting. And Godzilla vs. Kong 2 already got confirmed, and it has already started filming with the director of the first Godzilla vs. Kong movie, which is super interesting. So yeah, the Monsterverse is definitely continuing, and as you can see, everything's all scattered from Apple TV to theaters to Disney Plus. Everything's all scattered. However, and there's a big however, unlike the Apple TV series of Godzilla and the movie Godzilla vs. Kong 2, the Disney Plus King Kong series will not, and I repeat, will not be connected to the Monsterverse, and it will be its own story, which is super interesting. So it will not be connected to any Monsterverse movies, which makes more sense, because when I first read the pitch, I was like, wait, isn't that kind of just what Skull Island, the movie, was? Like, why would you do the origins of King Kong and then explore Skull Island when we basically already did that? So that makes a lot more sense. It's going to be its own story. It will not be connected to the rest of the Monsterverse. I don't really know how I feel about that, but it makes more sense with the pitch. Tell me how you feel about that down in the comments. I'm very curious. But yeah, it will be its own separate thing, and perhaps there is a high chance that they might want to build up a whole Monsterverse universe in the Disney Plus streaming service, which is super interesting, because right now Disney Plus is really liking any big shows besides their Marvel and Star Wars shows. Anything besides that, they really be liking a bunch of big shows. They really don't have anything besides, like I said, Marvel and Star Wars. So if they can get another huge franchise in there, like Godzilla and Kong and the huge Monsterverse franchise, that would be super sick and super big. So expect that Disney Plus might want to build up that franchise for their own streaming service, and that would be super awesome. Especially if this King Kong series can be good, I'm super excited. And just because it's Disney, they're definitely going to spend the money on it and everything. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how this series actually turns out. I'm fully expecting this series, since it's still in very early development, maybe to come out very early 2024. I think that's basically what I would probably expect. So expecting that around that, I think that's, at least personally, that's what I would expect for the release date. So yeah, that is the King Kong Disney Plus series, and all the info we have so far, including the plot details, the where it's going to release, what the release date exactly, and why it's going to Disney Plus, as well as whether it's part of the Monsterverse or not. That's all it is that I have for you in this video. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and you found it informative, then just make sure to leave a like. It would be very helpful. So please leave a like. Also subscribe for other content. You can check out my video informing you about the Godzilla series and that type of stuff. I've linked it in the comments and everything. As well as subscribe for other content, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all that type of stuff. Our gaming and Monsterverses, all that type of stuff. Subscribe for all the content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. And lastly, make sure to tell me down in the comments, what do you think about these news? Are you going to watch the show? Are you excited for this show? How do you feel that it's not part of the Monsterverse? I'm very curious. Are you excited for its own kind of being its own story? And what do you think about the pitch? Does it sound cool or not? I'm very curious down in the comments and tell me, did you expect this at all? Did you ever think this was ever going to happen? A King Kong show in Disney Plus? I'm very curious. Tell me that down in the comments. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And this is J Entertainment out.